Representative James, you're recognized for any amendments you care to discuss.
Roger, thank you, Mr. Chair. Since 1992, Michigan has lost a total of 2 fighter squadrons, and we're on the verge of losing a third with the loss of our A-10 fighter mission. Michigan will be the only state in all the Air National Guard that will lose 3 fighter missions in 30 years with no replacement. My goal here today is to make the case for why Selfridge Air National Guard Base not only deserves a fighter mission, but why it's vital for all of us in our national security. By its history, I can confidently refer to Selfridge as the crown jewel of Southeast Michigan. It's a super base that houses the Coast Guard, Homeland Security, Marines, Army, vehicle research, and many other assets. What's even more special is its invaluable contribution to our nation over its 106 years of history, just celebrated this July 8th. Along with recent NATO deployment for the Air Defender 23 and continued partnership with Latvia, Selfridge has time and time again proven an asset for our national security and defense. Aside from its current mission, Selfridge is positioned to defend Michigan, the Great Lakes, and beyond. Maintaining a fighter mission at Selfridge would not only fortify our assets along the northern border, yes, we have a critical northern border we must secure as well, but our critical infrastructure like the Sioux Locks. Defending our homeland is our #1 priority, and the #1 priority of the 2022 National Defense Strategy. Our greatest and most likely future threats include China, Russia, and North Korea. These all originate from northern latitudes, while most of our fighter assets are being pushed to the coast, leaving our Midwest agriculture and defense base vulnerable. In a time of great power competition with the Chinese Communist Party and other adversaries, Congress has a duty to ensure that our armed forces are fully equipped to stand up to any threats abroad and especially at home. It is vital to ensure the Air National Guard is recapitalized and can provide for homeland defense with a fighter mission prior to the A-10s rolling off Selfridge Air National Guard Base. Since I've been sworn in, I've led and been a part of numerous initiatives to bring a future fighter mission to Selfridge. This includes a letter, a resolution, co-sponsoring my colleague Rep. Bacon's fighter recapitalization bill, and meeting with military officials. One of those initiatives I undertook was to meet with Air Force officials and leadership, both civilian and uniformed. In my meetings with Air Force Secretary Kendall and Chief of Staff General Brown, the #1 conclusion that we reached is it's not just the superior fighter power that we have, the superior intellect that we have, and the superior platforms we possess. But the biggest gap that we have is our ability to project that combat power with our manufacturing base and our strength. We need a more vibrant and efficient defense industrial base with more fighters available without writing a blank check with zero accountability. For this reason, I filed an amendment with fellow Michigan Representatives Lisa McClain, Jack Bergman, and John Molnar for the NDAA to authorize an increase in advanced procurement for more F-15EX fighter planes. For clarification, this money is not for new planes, but to increase capacity, something vital for our defense industrial base. This is for the next fiscal year to procure more planes than the consistent 24. During the appropriation season, I submitted a request for an increased procurement and advanced procurement of the F-15EX for the Defense Appropriations Bill, which also included direction to send the increase of planes to the Air National Guard with bases retiring A-10s. While the Appropriations Committee did not provide this increase, supporting the authorization provided to us by the Armed Services Committee would make the case to pair our numbers with appropriations increase the advanced procurement on the floor. Make no mistake, lack of capacity in our industrial base is a clear and present danger to the nation's ability to defend itself. Bringing the F-15EX mission to Selfridge and increasing our capacity to project combat power by solidifying our industrial base, increasing capacity for these fighters is in our vital national interest. This is also vital for Michigan National Guard's initiative to replace our A-10s a legacy aircraft, since this plane is complementary to adjacent missions. I've had the pleasure of hearing from Lieutenant General Lowe, the Director of Air National Guard, and how effective this fighter really is, and our willingness and ability to move forward to future missions. The House Armed Services Committee has graciously worked with me and our staff on advanced procurement to help procure 6 planes in fiscal year 25, the next fiscal year. And my amendment here offsets an extra $30 million for advanced procurement to help produce up to 8 total F-15EXs next year. The amendment also requires Air Force to ensure that these additional funds procured, again, would go to the Air National Guard bases that are losing their A-10 squadrons, which includes Selfridge Air National Guard Base, the 127th Wing. In my district, Michigan's 10th Congressional District, Selfridge Air National Guard Base sits as the pride and joy of our community. At Selfridge, the 127th Fighter Wing serves the state of Michigan with 2 vital flighting missions, the A-10 fighter and the KC-135 tanker. Residents of Harrison Township, Michigan, and surrounding areas often look to the skies with awe at the A-10 zooming by. It's a point of pride, but also a point of security, providing economic benefit for the area, for the region, for the state. And as I said, the base is pride and joy for our community, but supporting this fighter mission has more. It has a purpose to secure not just the southeast Michigan area, but the region and the nation. And I'm going to do everything I can to protect it. Recapitalizing Selfridge with the F-15EX aircraft will significantly enhance the protection of our airspace, not just in Michigan, but the nation, and securing our northern borders against those who would hurt us, protecting our vital infrastructure, and a third of North America's population within a 500-mile radius. More importantly, as representative of Michigan's 10th Congressional District, I cannot stand idly by while the A-10 at Selfridge are retired without a replacement fighter mission. I look forward to working with this committee, and I appreciate your consideration of including my amendment, Amendment 1074 to H.R. 2670, funding for advanced procurement for an F-15EX aircraft. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.